An anthology of readings of Almighty God's words. Transgressions will lead man to hell. I have given you many warnings, and bestowed upon you many truths intended to conquer you. By now, you all feel significantly more enriched than you did in the past, have come to understand many principles of how a person should be, and you have come to possess so much of the common sense that faithful people should have. All of this is the harvest you have reaped over the course of many years. I do not deny your achievements, but I must also say quite frankly that I also do not deny the numerous disobediences and rebellions you have committed against me over these many years. For there is not one saint among you. You are, without exception, people who have been corrupted by Satan. You are enemies of Christ. To date, your transgressions and disobediences have been too numerous to count. So it can hardly be considered strange that I am always badgering you. I do not wish to coexist with you in this manner, but for the sake of your futures, for the sake of your destinations, I will, here and now, nag you once more. I hope you will indulge me, and moreover, that you will be able to believe my every utterance and infer the deep implications of my words. Do not doubt what I say, let alone pick up my words as you wish and toss them aside at will. This I find intolerable. Do not judge my words, and still less should you take them lightly, or say that I am always tempting you, or worse, that what I have told you is inaccurate. These things I also find intolerable. Because you treat me and what I say with such suspicion, never taking my words on board and ignoring me, I tell each of you in all seriousness, do not link what I say with philosophy. Do not link my words with the lies of charlatans. Much less should you respond to my words with contempt. Perhaps no one in the future will be able to tell you what I am telling you, or speak to you so charitably, or still less, walk you through these points as patiently. You will spend those days to come recalling the good times, or sobbing out loud, or groaning in pain, or you will be living through dark nights without the provision of a shred of truth or life, or just waiting hopelessly, or dwelling in such bitter regret that you lose all reason. Virtually none of you can escape these possibilities, because none of you occupy a seat from which you truly worship God, but immerse yourselves in the world of licentiousness and evil, mixing into your beliefs, into your spirits, souls, and bodies, so many things that have nothing to do with life and truth, and which actually are in opposition to them. What I therefore hope for you is that you can be brought to the path of light. My sole hope is that you can become capable of caring for yourselves, of taking care of yourselves, and that you do not place so much emphasis on your destination while viewing your behavior and transgressions with indifference. For a long time, people who believe in God have all been earnestly hoping for a beautiful destination, and all of God's believers hope that good fortune will suddenly come to them. They all hope that before they know it, they will find themselves peacefully seated at one place or another in heaven. But I say that these people, with their lovely thoughts, have never known whether they are qualified to receive such good fortune that falls down from heaven, or even to sit on a seat there. You, at present, have a good knowledge of yourselves, yet you still hope to escape the disasters of the last days and the hand of the Almighty when He punishes the evil ones. It seems as though having sweet dreams and wanting things just how they like is a common feature of all people whom Satan has corrupted, and not some stroke of genius by any lone individual. Even so, I still wish to put an end to these extravagant desires of yours, as well as your eagerness to gain blessings. Given that your transgressions are numerous, and that the fact of your rebelliousness is ever growing, how can these things fit with your lovely blueprints for the future? If you want to make mistakes as you please, with nothing holding you back, yet at the same time you still want your dreams to come true, then I urge you to continue in your stupor and never wake up. For yours is an empty dream, and in the presence of the righteous God, He will not make an exception for you. If you simply want your dreams to come true, then never dream. Rather, forever face the truth and the facts. This is the only way that you can be saved. What, in concrete terms, are the steps of this method? First, take a look at all your transgressions and examine any behavior and thoughts you have that do not conform to the truth. This is one thing that you can do easily, and I believe that all intelligent people are able to do this. However, those who never know what is meant by transgression and truth are the exception, because on a fundamental level, they are not intelligent people. I am talking to people who have been approved by God, are honest, have not seriously violated any administrative decrees, and can easily discern their own transgressions. Though this one thing I require of you is easy to accomplish, it is not the only thing that I require of you. No matter what, I hope that you will not laugh in private at this requirement, and especially that you will not look down on it or take it lightly. You should treat it seriously and not dismiss it. Secondly, for each of your transgressions and disobediences, you should look for a corresponding truth, and then use these truths to resolve those issues. After that, replace your transgressive acts and disobedient thoughts and acts with the practice of the truth. Thirdly, you should be an honest person, not someone who is always being clever and constantly deceitful. Here I am asking you again to be an honest person. If you can accomplish all three of these things, then you are one of the fortunate, a person whose dreams come true and who receives good fortune. Perhaps you will treat these three unappealing requirements seriously. or perhaps you will treat them irresponsibly. Whichever, my purpose is to fulfill your dreams and put your ideals into practice, not to make fun of you or to make a fool out of you. My demands may be simple, but what I am telling you is not so simple as 1 + 1 = 2. If all you do is to talk casually about this, or ramble on about empty, high-sounding statements, then your blueprints and your wishes will forever be but a blank page. I will have no sense of pity for those of you who suffer for so many years and work so hard, yet have nothing to show for it. On the contrary, I will treat those who have not met my demands with punishment, not rewards, much less any sympathy. You might imagine that, having been a follower for so many years, you have put in hard work no matter what, and you should be granted a bowl of rice in God's house just for being a service doer. I would say that the majority of you think this way, for you have always pursued the principle of how to take advantage of things and not be taken advantage of. Thus, I am telling you now, in all seriousness, I do not care how meritorious your hard work is, how impressive your qualifications, how closely you follow me, how renowned you are, or how much you have improved your attitude. As long as you have not met my demands, you will never be able to win my praise. Write off all those ideas and calculations of yours as soon as possible, and start treating my requirements seriously. Otherwise, I will turn everyone to ash in order to bring an end to my work, and, at worst, turn my years of work and suffering into nothing. For I cannot bring my enemies and those people who reek of evil and have Satan's appearance into my kingdom, or take them into the next age. I have a lot of hopes. I hope you can conduct yourselves in a proper and well-behaved manner, faithfully fulfill your duty, possess truth and humanity, be people who can give up everything they have and even their lives for God, and so on. All of these hopes stem from your insufficiencies and your corruption and disobedience. If none of the conversations that I have had with you has been sufficient to attract your attention, then it is likely that all I can do now is to say no more. However, you understand what the results of that would be. It is not often that I rest, so if I do not speak, I will do something for people to look at. I could make someone's tongue rot, or cause someone to die dismembered, or give people nerve abnormalities and cause them to look hideous in so many ways. Then again, I could make people endure torments I have brewed up specifically for them. This way, I would feel glad, very happy, and greatly pleased. It has always been said that good is repaid with good, and evil with evil. So why not now? If you wish to oppose me and make some judgment about me, then I will rot your mouth, and that will delight me to no end. This is because, ultimately, what you have done is not the truth. Still less has it anything to do with life, whereas everything that I do is the truth. All my actions are relevant to the principles of my work and the administrative decrees that I set forth. Therefore, I urge each of you to accumulate some virtue. Stop committing so much evil, and heed my demands in your free time. I then will feel joyful. If you were to contribute to truth even 1,000th of the effort that you put into the flesh, then I say you would not frequently make transgressions and have rotted mouths. Is this not obvious? The more transgressions you commit, the fewer opportunities you will have to obtain a good destination. Conversely, the fewer transgressions you make, the better your chances become of being praised by God. If your transgressions increase to the point that it is impossible for me to forgive you, then you will have utterly wasted your chances of being forgiven. As such, your destination will not be above, but below. If you do not believe me, then be bold and do wrong, and see what that gets you. If you are a person whose practice of the truth is very earnest, then you surely will have an opportunity to be forgiven for your transgressions, and you will disobey less and less frequently. If you are a person who is unwilling to practice the truth, then your transgressions before God will surely increase in number, and you will disobey more and more frequently until you reach the limit, which will be the time of your total destruction. This will be when your pleasant dream of receiving blessings will be ruined. Do not regard your transgressions as the mere mistakes of an immature or foolish person. Do not use the excuse that you did not practice the truth because your poor caliber had made it impossible to do so. Moreover, do not simply regard the transgressions you have committed as the acts of someone who did not know any better. If you are good at forgiving yourself and treating yourself with generosity, then I say you are a coward who will never gain the truth, nor will your transgressions ever cease to haunt you. They will keep you from ever meeting the demands of the truth and cause you to forever remain a loyal companion of Satan. My advice to you is still this: do not pay attention only to your destination while failing to notice your hidden transgressions. Take transgressions seriously, and do not overlook any of them out of concern for your destination.